This is our time. This is our voice. From Africa to the world. Welcome home. From every corner of the earth, every dream has found new birth. Every culture, every name, different stories, one bright flame. We bring our colors, we bring our sound, building tomorrow one frame at a time. From Africa, our light will grow. Together there's no limit to how far we'll go. Raise your voice, raise it high. Dream together, reach the sky. This is our time. This is our time. This is our voice. From Africa to the world. Welcome home. From every corner of the earth, every dream has found new birth. Every culture, every name, different stories, one bright flame. We bring our colors, we bring our sound, building tomorrow one frame at a time. From Africa, our light will grow. Together there's no limit to how far we'll go. Raise your voice, raise it high. Dream together, reach the sky. This is more than technology. This is humanity created. One story, many voices, one future, one choice. One story, many voices, from Africa to the world. Double A, double I, double F, we're creating tomorrow. Double A, double I, double F, we're creating tomorrow. Every artist, every maker, every dreamer, every creator, young and fearless, bold and free, writing the future for the world to see. We're not waiting, we're creating, we're not following, we're leading. Together we imagine, together we become. Where do stories begin? In every heart. Where do stories belong? Around the world. Who creates the future? We create the future. Together, together, forever, forever. One story, many voices, one family, one choice. One story, many voices, from Africa to the world. Double A, double I, double F, creating tomorrow. Double A, double I, double F, creating tomorrow. One story, many voices, one family, one dream. One story, many voices, from Africa to the world.
Welcome to the Welcome to the African AI International Film Festival, July 2026 edition. What a journey it has been. The first time we came together with curiosity, we were exploring what was possible when storytelling met artificial intelligence. We pushed boundaries, experimented with new tools, shared ideas, built communities. The second time, we returned with confidence. AI was not replacing creativity, it was expanding it. Now, here we are for the third time. And as the saying goes, the third time is the charm. The theme, Unchained. Break free from fear. Today, we celebrate. This July edition is especially significant. It is a celebration of how far we have come. Our filmmakers, animators, writers, and AI artists. Together, we are shaping the future of African creativity. Over the past editions, we have witnessed remarkable films. Thank you for being part of this movement. Your stories and passion fuel our community.
Together we are stronger, creating a brighter future.
Let's keep building this together. Welcome to AF July 2026. Welcome to Unchained. Welcome to the future of storytelling. Welcome to the African AI International Film Festival, July 2026 edition. What a journey it has been. The first time we came together with curiosity, we were exploring what was possible when storytelling met artificial intelligence. We pushed boundaries, experimented with new tools, shared ideas, built communities. The second time, we returned with confidence. AI was not replacing creativity, it was expanding it. Now, here we are for the third time. And as the saying goes, the third time is the charm. The theme, Unchained. Break free from fear. Today, we celebrate. This July edition is especially significant. It is a celebration of how far we have come. Our filmmakers, animators, writers, and AI artists. Together, we are shaping the future of African creativity. Over the past editions, we have witnessed remarkable films. Thank you for being part of this movement. Your stories and passion fuel our community.
Together we are stronger, creating a brighter future.
Let's keep building this together. Welcome to AF July 2026. Welcome to Unchained. Welcome to the future of storytelling. Our next chapter awaits. On October, AFF goes physical.
Hello, everyone. Can you all see me? Welcome to the third edition of the African AI Film Festival. We are live again. Who is excited? Who is excited? I want to see you guys in the comments. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I want to see. Drop your comment. I want to see you guys in the comment section. If you can hear me, say I can hear you. Okay, I'm not seeing any comment. Please, let's do this. Let's do this. Just comment. Let me know who's on, who is active. Let's go. Anyone, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? I'm not seeing any comment. I'm not seeing any comment. You guys are not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes, Danny, we can hear you. The comments are on the screen. Can you hear me? We can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Can anyone hear me now? Let me see if I could set anything, but you guys are supposed to hear me. I don't know why. I don't know why you can't hear me. Okay, perfect. I see you, Ioma, and I see the sparkling kids. I see the mirror. Okay, Utsu, did I pronounce it well? Utsu the mirror. Welcome to the third edition of the African AI International Film Festival. Who is excited? Who is excited? I welcome you guys from all over the globe. If you are watching from Ghana, from US, I don't know where you are watching from, but type in the comment. I just want to see if you are watching from Nigeria. Can type Nigeria. Let us know where you're watching from. Welcome to another festival. I don't know if you're excited, just like I am. I don't know if you're excited. Drop in the comment. Drop it. I want to see it. Yeah, drop it on the comments. I'm going to be your host for today. Yeah, I'm the host for today, and my name is Daniel. You can also call me Danny. Yeah, Danny for short. I think that is easy to just call. Yeah, if you need me for anything, just hit me. Danny, this, that. Yeah, you can put that in the comment section. Let me know if you cannot hear. See, Danny, I cannot hear you. Danny, I cannot hear you. You know, so let's just. I know many of you are here to just learn. I know to watch, to see the premieres, and I know so many of you are curious to see what we have for you guys today. Okay, I see Nigeria. I don't know. Put it up. Okay, I'm not alone, right? I'm your host, but I also have someone that will be joining me to, also, partner with me, which is the co-host, right? So I'm not alone. I'm gonna be bringing up someone who will be, joining me. If I'm here, it's going to be boring, but I know I'm gonna bring someone here that will, come and lighten up the place as well. I know your energy. Come on, I want to know where you guys are watching from. Okay, I can see Fear Frames, watching from Lagos, Nigeria. Amazing. I'm so excited. I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know your expectation. Okay, I see KKC Mini. Welcome. I see KKC Mini from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm so excited. I wish I could see you guys. Right now. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing some of these persons later on. I just know that. Welcome, wherever you are watching from. This is the African AI International Film Festival, and I know that people from the AFN community. Let's just hit that comment section and make this place blaze. Just put some fires on the comment section. The AFN community members, where are you guys? Okay. I can see Ioma. Ioma is watching from Owerri. Oh, you're in Nigeria. Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you for joining. That is one of the members on AFN. Those people are creating amazing stuff, amazing stuff. I can see simple come lesson. Yeah, simple come. I think that is our channel. I don't know you the lady or you know. But you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I can see. I'm seeing some of the chats. Yeah, I want to meet you guys. That's why I said go to the comments and put in whatever thing you are thinking. Just type in those words. Yeah. KKC said AFN is active. Of course, we know the door. You don't understand. We know the door. So let's just have fun here. Let's just have fun here. We are here to learn. We are here to, see amazing content, amazing videos from the last, looking at the last edition that we had. The second edition was actually mind blowing. If you're in the last one, you could tell that it was hot. People that came in were just sitting like so tight, like they are just not so comfortable because of the videos. The competition of last year was like a strong eat. Everyone, if you were there in the last edition, you can testify to that. So this is another interesting edition. I don't want to miss out. Honestly, don't want to miss out. I just want you to stay close. Like, don't leave this live. Honestly, don't leave this live because there's so many packed info values for you, because we're bringing up some amazing guests as well. We'll be having a lot of interesting discussion that is going to, when AFN is having something like this, you can't just come and go the same. I'm not sounding like a church. It's not a church, you understand? Like, there is so much value that you will get from today's section. We have today and we have the one for tomorrow. So today's section is going to be very interesting. It's going to be fun. Honestly, you're going to enjoy yourself, and feel free to just type anything in the comments, what you think about what you are thinking. Put in comments. If you can hear me, let me know. If you cannot hear me, you can also signify so I can get to adjust my mic. Who is excited? Is it just KKC that we have from AFN? Put in the fire. Yes, put in the fire. Let's see. Let's have it. Let's have it. Yeah, that's it. Do well to also share this link. Share it to your friends. Share it to your enemies. Share it to whoever needs to see this. Because this is going to be an amazing time here. So I urge you to just share this. Share this on your WhatsApp. Share this on any group. All right, because it's going to help someone. It's going to help somebody that needs to see this, because AI is taking over. Like, AI is taking over, but not basically everything, right? But it's actually taking over. People are making so much money right now on AI, and you could testify to that. Even the ones that are watching me on different platforms, they are doing amazing things. Like, they are doing amazing things. And yeah, you might have seen comedy videos on AI as well, like all those shorts and longs. When you come, okay, I don't know if you guys can see my co-host. I don't know if you guys can see my co-host. She's live. She's live. She's here now. She's here now. So we are going to be bringing her up so that you guys can get to meet her. I'm not here. I'm not doing this alone. I'm not doing this alone. So I'm going to be sharing and taking back little by little. So yeah, we have my co-host. So I'm going to be bringing her up so she can just get to introduce herself. Let me just watch her so that she can introduce herself, to tell us who she is, and so okay. I think network is quite. She has to come back. No, she has to come back. She has to come back because I can't be here alone. Honestly, I can't be here alone. You understand what I mean, right? I need a partner here. I need a partner here to actually help me. I need a help. So I need her to come back. If this network, we pray against it right now, because we don't need any form of bad or rain to fall today. Today has to be smooth. You understand? So Rose in the building. Rose in the building. Rose, please come back. Are we guys having fun? Are we having fun? Are we having fun? Okay, I think she's back. I think she's back. I think she's back. Yeah, I think she's back. Can you guys hear her? Can you guys hear her? Can you guys hear her? Hi. I think network is. Please, please go ahead. Introduce yourself to them. Oh. They need to meet you. Can you guys hear her? Rose, please introduce yourself to them.
Okay, so good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I had to, jump right in because we have to honor the time of our special guests. Okay, they have been waiting for quite a while behind the scene. We have been trying to get our co-host to introduce herself. That's why we took some time, but internet glitches are things that we cannot avoid as part of streaming live. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome Dr. Nosayaba Tukura. She is an amazing person. She's going to be sharing and giving us the keynote speech. I'll quickly pull up Dr. Nosa's her bio quickly because I know that you have seen it on our um, social media pages, but this is an important person and we cannot afford not to say a little about her because yes, this is not just a guest. She is an amiable person, an important person to this very work that we are doing. We cannot just say, hey, Dr. Nosa is here. I have to let you know who Dr. Nosa is. For those who do not know yet, I'm sure you're going to get to hear her. But in the meantime, you guys join me in welcoming this amazing, amazing, amazing personality. She's a superwoman. She's someone that I respect. She's such a beautiful, beautiful soul. And she decided to come here to admonish us and share a little bit about what Unchained means to this beautiful community. So Dr. Nosayaba Tukura is a physicist. She's an ICT strategist, gender and women's studies scholar, and organizational development facilitator with over 3 decades of leadership across academia, technology, and nonprofit work. And also she's into faith-based development as well. She uniquely combines a strong STEM background with deep gender scholarship to design systems that uplift lives, strengthen institutions, and advance women's rights. Her. I'm going to be bringing her on stage because it's not about me right now. I want you to see the beautiful face behind who I'm talking to. No, no, no. I'm not even supposed to be on this screen right now, but guys, yes. It's a show and the show must go on, but let me take this little space here. Now I have to go off and you guys have to see Dr. Nosa better, right? So yes.
Good evening. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am. Please go ahead.
All right. So thank you, Sandra, again. And thank you so much to everybody who is out here today. I want to start by greeting the distinguished guests, the visionary filmmakers. From the backstage, I saw a bit snippets of what happened in the previous editions. Tech innovators, members of the diplomatic corps, if anyone is here, partners and sponsors, my fellow alumni, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's such a profound honor for me to stand before you today as the National President of the United States Government Exchange Alumni Association of Nigeria, USG, on this historic African AI International Film Festival, AAIIFF. That's very interesting. AAIIFF. And so tonight, we gather not just to watch films, but to witness a new chapter in African storytelling, one where creativity, culture, and code sit side by side. I want to celebrate the organization, the AAIIFF, and then the theme you have chosen for this year's edition. And I want to celebrate the SAP Studios, which is the pioneering platform dedicated to AI-powered storytelling by African creators and our global diaspora. From its debut edition earlier this year to its July 2026 edition, which we are witnessing tonight, AAIIFF has been clear in its mission to explore how artificial intelligence can amplify our stories, not erase them, how it can extend our imagination, not replace our humanity. And so this year's theme, Unchained, Breaking Limits, Unleashing Creativity, could not be more timely. On the festival posters and digital call for entries, you see these chains breaking, and the bold invitation to submit your AI-powered films. This is a visual reminder that the tools of storytelling have been prized out of the hands of the privileged few and placed into the hands of every African creative who dares to learn, experiment, and innovate. So AAIIFF has declared this space open, free to enter, and intentionally accessible, inviting filmmakers across the continent and beyond to submit their AI-driven stories by June 4th, which was the deadline. So this is a bold statement that creativity, not income level, should define who gets to make films. And this is revolutionary in an industry where cost, connections, and geography have too often acted as chains around the necks of brilliant African storytellers. I want to honor Sandra Adeyeye Bello. So I want to ask that you allow me to pause and celebrate the visionary who has dared to imagine this festival before it existed, Sandra Adeyeye Bello. Sandra, as the founder and creative director of SAP Studios Nigeria, an Abuja-based creative media organization and content studio, has become a key voice in using AI for storytelling, impact, and education. She's recognized as an AI filmmaking educator and impact storyteller, working with creatives, with nonprofits, and change makers to harness AI tools for films, content, and campaigns that shift narratives and drive social change. But tonight, there is a detail that makes all of us in the USG especially proud. Sarah is one of us. She's an alum of the United States Government Exchange Alumni Association. And it's also very interesting that on this day, 4th of July, as we celebrate the Freedom 250, which is the 250th year of independence of the United States, that we have this kind of debut, this kind of, for this edition happening right here. So as an exchange alum, she has taken the exposure, the networks, and the skills from her US program, and she has translated all of them into a festival that is global in outlook, yet unapologetically African in soul. So in an era where many worry that AI will homogenize culture, Sandra and her team have insisted that Africans must own their stories, shape their data sets, and lead the way in defining what ethical, inclusive AI storytelling looks like on this continent. So Sandra, on behalf of the entire USGN community, we celebrate you, we honor you, and we say thank you for representing us with such courage and creativity. And I hope at this point you will clap for Sarah. All right. So USGN is a dynamic network of Nigerians who have participated in various United States government exchange programs. We have so many of them, more than 28. So we have from Fulbright scholars to Mandela Washington fellows, IVLP, and then to Hubert Humphrey fellows, which I'm one. I'm a Hubert Humphrey fellow. So across all the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, our alumni leverage their experiences to drive transformative projects in governance, entrepreneurship, education, media, health, technology, and creative industries. So today our network numbers more than 14,000 alumni. To use global exposure for local impact and national development. So Sandra's leadership with AAIIFF is a powerful example of what happens when an alum sees a gap. In this case, African leadership in AI-driven film, and decides not to wait for permission, but to build a platform that others can stand on. So as USGN, we are deeply intentional about supporting initiatives like this that sit at the intersection of technology, creativity, and inclusion. So we know that the future of work in Africa will be shaped not only by coders and engineers, but also by storytellers, designers, producers, animators, and cultural entrepreneurs who can translate complex realities into compelling narratives. So, and that's why I celebrate again this platform and the opportunities that you are providing. Artificial intelligence is already reshaping the entire film value chain, from script development, casting, and conceptive art to editing, sound design, visual effects, marketing, and distribution. So with a laptop or even a smartphone, a young creator in Lagos or Abuja or Kano or Aba or Makurdi or even in Ghana can now use AI tools to storyboard, generate visuals, experiment with language, and reach global audiences in ways that were unimaginable a decade ago. So, but with great power comes great responsibility. This morning, I spoke a bit about that too at another event, that I always used to tell my children that there are responsibility and privilege are two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. If you have a coin that is only one-sided, one-faced, it is a counterfeit. So with this great power comes great responsibility. AI systems are trained on data. And if that data is biased, incomplete, or colonial in its framing, then the stories generated can reinforce stereotypes rather than dismantle them. So if we are not careful, AI could flood our screens with images of Africa that are again defined from the outside by algorithms trained on narratives that do not understand who we are. So that is why a festival like this is so significant. Its very existence tells us that Africans will not be passive consumers of AI storytelling. We will be creators, we will be curators, and we will be critics of the AI tools that shape our imaginaries. So the festival's framing, African Stories, Global Impact, AI plus human creativity, freedom to tell your story, all remind us that the human heart, the human ethic, and the human imagination must remain at the center of this innovation. So in conclusion, as we embrace AI filming, we must also ask, who is at the table? Excuse me. Whose stories are being told? And who owns the means of production? So we must consider gender first, gender. Women and creatives are still underrepresented in film production, in tech leadership, and in AI research globally. So if we do not intentionally design those kind of spaces that allow their participation, AI filming risk replicating the same patriarchy and exclusion that have limited women's stories on screen for decades. But this festival, AAIIFF, offers us a chance to do things differently. We can ensure that women, young girls, persons with disabilities are not just subjects in AI generated stories, but directors, producers, coders, editors, and festival founders, just like Sandra. The second thing to look at is language and culture. Africa is home to thousands of languages and rich cultural traditions. Yet, many AI models are heavily skewed towards only a tiny fraction of global languages and Western cultural preferences. So if we want AI films that sound like us, look like us, and feel like us, then African linguists rather, data scientists, filmmakers, and communities must be involved in building the data sets. So we need to step back, and go behind the scene. We must be involved in that role. We must be involved in training models and then questioning outputs. And then the third is justice and labor. As we experiment with AI, we must be honest about what it means for jobs, for creative labor, and for intellectual property. The goal is not just to glorify machines, but to empower human beings, especially young Africans, with new skills and tools that increase, not diminish, their economic opportunities. So to every filmmaker, storyteller, content creator, and student in this room, this festival is your laboratory. Some of you arrived here unsure whether you belong in the world of AI because you do not have a computer science degree. But let me assure you, the heart of this movement is not in the code. It is in the story. AI is a powerful assistant, but you are the author. So I offer you 3 invitations. First, be bold. Experiment, experiment, experiment. Make mistakes. Render scenes that look strange at first. Let the tools surprise you. The chains you feel of budget, access, geography, language are weaker than they appear in an age when AI tools are increasingly accessible to anyone with curiosity and persistence. My second charge is to be rooted. Do not use AI merely to mimic Hollywood. Use it to visualize folk tales your grandmother told to you, to reimagine historical events from African perspectives, to explore futuristic visions where African cities, cultures, and technologies are central, not an afterthought. And then third, be responsible. Ask hard questions about consent. about data sources, about the images you generate and the voices you synthesize. Refuse shortcuts, that violate other people's rights or dignity. The world is watching how we as Africans, we use these tools. So let us model integrity, not exploitation. And to the partners and policymakers in our midst, to our partners in government, the private sector, civil society, academia, we cannot ask young creators to be unchained if our policies and systems keep them bound. We need investments in infrastructure so that creatives do not have to chase stable electricity or dependable broadband just to render a short film. We need updated copyright and intellectual property frameworks that protect both traditional knowledge and AI-enabled creations while preventing misuse and exploitation. We need education systems that treat arts, culture, and technology as complementary, not competing. Pathways where a child can be encouraged to love both poetry and programming, where theater and machine learning can work together. So we need funding models that recognize festivals like what AAIIFF is doing as critical infrastructure for Africa's digital creative economy. Not just events, but hubs of talents, innovation, research, and policy dialogue. So USGN stands ready to collaborate, drawing on our nationwide network of alumni, to which Sandra is a very noble member, our relationships with our mission and partners, and then our experience in designing programs that blend leadership, innovation, and social impact. So I want to make a clear commitment as the national president that will continue to champion alumni like Sandra, who are building bridges between disciplines, between AI and art, between technology and social justice, between local stories and global platforms. We will seek opportunities to connect our tech experts, our filmmakers, educators, and policy advocates so that conversations that begin on this festival stage can continue beyond this forum. We'll also see how we can explore how our alumni programs, mentorship networks, can support young creatives that are emerging from AAIIFF, whether through training, collaboration, or even exposure to broader regional and international platforms. Because when an alum succeeds in shifting the narrative about Africa with integrity, innovation, and impact, all of us, as a country and as a continent, move one step closer to the future that we desire. So let me close by returning to our theme, Unchained. For generations, African stories were chained by underfunded industries, by gatekeepers who did not believe in our capacity, by technologies that were too expensive or inaccessible, by narratives that others wrote for us. Today, we are breaking those chains. AI is not a magic wand, but in the hands of ethical, courageous, and imaginative Africans, it can be a powerful bolt cutter, snapping the metal links of limitation and opening doors to new worlds we can create on screen. So to every creator here, every creative that is part of this meeting, this festival, I say, be unchained in your imagination. Be unchained in your pursuit of excellence. Be unchained in your commitment to justice, dignity, and truth. And to Sandra Adeyeye Bello and the entire AAIIFF and SAB Studios Nigeria team, thank you for daring to dream, for building this platform, and for reminding us that when one alum steps out in courage, countless others find the confidence to follow. May this festival ignite a wave of AI-powered African stories that travel far beyond these walls. Stories that heal, challenge, inspire, and transform. On behalf of USGen, I congratulate all the organizers, partners, and filmmakers whose work we will experience in this edition. The chains are broken, the cameras are rolling. Africa, it is time to tell our stories unchained. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. That was very, very impactful. Thank you so much, Dr. Nusa. Thank you so much for being part of us. Thank you for joining us. Honestly, I've been writing down some things I could not even get home. I'm definitely going to come back to this live again because there was so much impactful value that I gave us this evening. So it's really appreciate that. Thank you. So nice having you here. Please, let's celebrate Dr. Nosa in the comments. Let's celebrate her. Come on. Drop some clapping emojis. Show some love to Dr. Nosa. That was amazing, honestly. That was she made emphasis on experiment. Like it seems like I went home with that experiment. It's more like you exploring all over and over again. Oh yeah, my co-host is here. That was actually impactful, honestly. And on the next the next guest we are gonna be having is someone that is also an AI, is also a good filmmaker, and is a creative strategist, and he's also the founder of Ura Studios. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And is a media-driven ecosystem focused on cinematic storytelling, and he's an AI assistant, filmmaking, and also a digital innovator. All right, in this floor. So we are gonna be having him here because I'm so ready to get knowledge from him. As you can see, he's here already. So his name is Osasumwen. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I just wish I did. I pray I did. So let's just have him here, and you guys get your pen because there's so much impact that is gonna be coming out right now. And stay tuned. Please don't leave the live. Welcome.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, or wherever you're watching from. Right, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, so this is evening. So good evening, everyone. First of all, I'll need to applaud Sandra and her team for doing this amazing work. Dr. Nosayaba has, literally said it all. For you to step out and create something like this, it takes boldness, it takes courage, and it takes a whole lot. So wherever you are, I just want you to applaud Sandra and her team for doing this wonderful, amazing work. This is the platform that I look forward to because I believe she's going to do a lot with this, or a lot is going to happen on this platform. So Sandra, we appreciate you. We thank you for jumping on this and making this possible, for giving people a platform for them to, showcase their work and showcase their talent. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me here. So let's get right into it, just so that we don't waste so much time. So first of all, when I got the invitation to speak on this festival, I looked at the theme, Unchained, Stories Unleashed, Creativity Without Limit. So I looked at it and I looked at it again. I read it first time, I read it the second time, and somehow I just smiled. And the reason why I smiled is because my heart just fell in love with the theme for this specific edition. So why did I fall in love with the theme for this edition? Because deep down, I believe that the theme for this specific edition quietly answers one of the biggest questions that creators around the world are asking. If this was to be maybe a spiritual gathering, perhaps I would have said that Flesh and Blood did not reveal this to Sandra and her team, but this is not a spiritual gathering. So wherever they got that theme from, I believe it was well inspired, or I don't want to say divinely inspired, but I really love the theme. And if you stay with me till the end of this presentation, you will see why that theme or the theme for this specific edition is so key. And for me to tell you why it's so key, let me just jump into my presentation. And I believe along the way, that question will be answered. So let me just give me a bit of time. Let me just jump into that. I don't know, can you guys see my screen? Sure.
We can't see your screen yet. Not yet.
They can't see the screen yet. Okay, so I think it's just asking me to upload the file, so maybe I'll just go that route. All right. Okay, so I think the document is uploading at the moment. I thought I'll be able to just share my screen, but it's asking me to upload the document directly. All right. So while this thing is uploading, let me just start with what I have here. So the theme for this edition, like we all know, it's Unchained, Stories Unleashed, Creativity Without Limits. And like I said before, Sandra, can you give me just like a minute or two? I don't know if they can give me a minute or two. I really would love to run through this slide just so that it gives everybody's on the same page with me. Is that fine?
Yeah, fine. That's fine. We can run a short ad and bring you back on.
Okay. All right.
What if your brand looked like this, and this, and this? From food to fashion, health to hospitality, tech to film. Whatever your industry, AI Filmmakers Network has creators ready to make content that stops the scroll. Send us your brief. We match you with the perfect creator. 48-hour response. Official AI Filmmakers Network at gmail.com. Your content handled.
All right, can you guys see my screen from there? Hello? Okay. Okay. All right. I think the screen is live now. All right. So, like I said, I love the theme for this edition because it's Unchained, Storage Unleashed, Creativity Without Limits. Now, to go through, I just want to take us a little bit into history because if we go back into history, it will give us a better perspective of where we are at the moment because there's a saying that the only way you can understand the future, you have to go back to the past and understand what happened in the past, right? So Act 1, 1839. What happened in 1839? Now, I love this guy because many of us may see this guy as.
What if your brand looked like this, and this, and this? From food to fashion, health to hospitality.
Okay. Just hope everyone can hear me. You can see the slides. All right, okay. I think someone is saying we can see it. All right, that's good. So who is this guy? Because who is this guy and why is he? I called him a troublemaker, but he's not a troublemaker because what this guy did in 1839, that's what all of us is practically using today. So if we go back to 1839, the year of invention, the name of this guy is Louis Daguerre. I just hope I got his name right. He's a French artist and an inventor. And this young man invented a machine that they call the Daguerre type, or the Daguerre type camera, which is literally the first practical photographic. All right, thank you for that confirmation. Someone said we can hear you, which is literally the first practical photographic camera that came into existence, right? Now, for most of us, we might just feel, okay, he invented a camera. What's the big deal about it? But for us to properly understand why this is so much a big deal, we need to go back and look at what happened before that time. Because today you could literally carry your phone or take your phone and take a selfie, or go to a photo studio or bring in a photographer to your house to do home service, or you walk into a studio and you take pictures. But those pictures are not just pictures; they are memories that they are trying to maybe preserve. So before this guy invented this specific device, the only way you could preserve memory before 1839, you have to literally get an artist, which is a painter, to come and do a painting of you. And that service was limited to a specific type of people in the society, because not everybody could afford the service of a painter. So it was for the high and the nobles of the society. So if you go back to that time, it's literally very few people that could afford that service. So when Louis came up with this invention, it kind of like democratized that photography. I mean, not call it photography business, but it democratized that business, that, that painting business at that specific time. So he came up with a technology that disrupted his own time, right? Hope we get that. So what that literally means, if you check, it's in my slide, in 1839 was the year photography was introduced to the world through
Cooking videos, ads, documentaries, music videos.
Device. So what that literally means is that, for lack of a better word, I would say that was the first time that the common man can walk into a place and take his or her own picture. So to them, that machine, as big as it is, was like magic to them. However, as good as this invention was, a lot of people fought it at that time. Why did they fight it? Because the saying goes that most times we fear what we don't understand. And then there's the other part where the painters felt like this thing is coming to take our job away from us. Because if everyone can afford this machine, it means nobody will ask us to paint anymore. It means we will lose our clients. Do you understand? So most people, especially, I just called this association of painters. I don't know if it was an association of painters as at that time, but what it means is I just believe there must be an association. So most of them will look at what his machine, the pictures his machine would take, and they may call it lazy man. This is not art. This is slop. Real art takes years of study, not a machine. This is an insult to true artists. So a lot of people fought this invention, right? A lot of people fought it because they believe this is going to be the art, that photography was going to be the end of of art itself, was going to be the end of painting. But were they telling the truth, or they were just scared of that specific technology? Because if we bring that back into where we are today, we will see how what's happening today and what happened at that time. We'll see the similarities in how people respond to new technology. But if we go back into time, or if I say, did photography taking the place of painting? I think the answer is no. However, photography on its own has opened up a different business or a different form of art on its own. You get? So if you check now, a lot of people fear this. You know, they were like, why would anyone spend days or week painting a portrait when a camera could produce one in a minute? Because obviously, if a painter was to come and paint your picture, it requires time, it requires effort, and it requires attention to detail. But when you have a camera, you could easily just take a picture and the camera will produce that same image for you, right? So what happened? Like I said before, did photography eventually scrap painting, or did people totally scrap all of those things and say, okay, let's just focus on photography for now? The answer is no. The answer is no. So something very key happened. Because of that, the invention of this machine that Luis made, most people have to step back and think, what should we do about our painting? So if you look at things like Impressionism, Expressionism, and even, what's the last word, Cubism, you realize that most of those things came out because of the invention of this machine. So Impressionism, Expressionism, and many other artistic movements emerged because painters stopped competing with the camera and began expressing what only the human mind and heart could create. So this is for those who decided to still stick with the old ways of, the old or the traditional way of painting. How about those who picked up that camera or that invention and decide to run with it, which are the people I call photographers? So let's see what happened to those set of people. So photography didn't replace painting, but it did something very, very key. It created an entirely new artistic language. Because from that time till now, anybody could literally pick up a camera, study it, understand the skill of taking good pictures, and say, I am a photographer. If we look at what we have today, people who are into wildlife photography, wedding photography, and every other sort of business ventures that it has opened, all came because somebody came up with a new technology. And that new technology opened up so many possibilities. Of course, the obvious thing that I'm trying to bring out here is that people were scared at that time. And why were they scared? That this device is coming to take our job away from us. But after time, we realized that the technology did not take the jobs away from the people. It opened up a new possibility. So it's either you adapt to it or you allow yourself to get fizzled out. All right? Now, someone may say, okay, what has photography got to do with filmmaking? Because this is AAII Film Festival. What has photography got to do with this? It has a lot to do with everything. It has a lot, because that single camera or that device that Luis made gave room for this man to come into the scene and do something that allowed most of us today to say we are filmmakers. So who is this man? Because this man showed up some years later. Now let's look at that. I'm trying to also look so that I keep to my time. All right. Now, this man before, his name is Edward Milbridge. His name is Edward Milbridge. So what did he do? In 1870, there was a railroad tycoon called Leland Stanford who hired Edward Milbridge to settle a highly debated question. And what was that question? The question is simple. It says, does a galloping horse ever have all four hoofs off the ground at the same time? To us, this might seem like something simple, but as at that time, it was a curiosity that they needed to answer. And the only way they could answer this question was to bring in this photographer to come and answer the question for them. So how did he answer this question? Now, so this was 1878. The experiment which I just read was simple, right? And the experiment. So how did he answer this question? It's simple. He just stitched different cameras together. So using a series of cameras placed side by side, he captured a galloping horse frame by frame. So which means every of those cameras just took pictures at the same time, and then he stitched all of them together. So when he stitched them together, what happened? People could see how the horse was galloping. And at the end of that, they came to a conclusion that people genuinely I've said this, they don't know how animals moved. Paintings of galloping horses always showed their legs. It made them look like dog. But because of this system that this guy put together, he literally used like different cameras to capture that moment. He was able to capture high-speed photography, proof for the first time that a horse actually tucks all four hooves completely off the ground. You get? So he opened humanity's eyes to a world moving too fast for the human brain to process on its own. Now, why is this relevant? This little thing, I will not call it little because as at that time, it was a very big challenge for him to solve. This little thing that Edward did gave birth to the rise of motion picture. Why? Because as at that time, the people now realized that if you take pictures so fast, frame by frame, and you stitch them together, you will have a moving picture. I hope that's clear. So just like I said there, that experiment led to one of the foundations for what we now know as motion pictures. Again, if Louis had not invented that, we don't know if Edward would have been able to answer this curiosity as at this time. But these two technology gave birth, especially with what Edward did, gave birth to what we now call, or the birth of motion pictures, right? So why is this relevant? Again, if we go back and we look at it carefully, you realize that this technology changed how people tell stories. I hope we're getting that. This technology, the first one that Louise did, it gave people that ability to bring your family, your loved ones, and take pictures when, where, and as at the time that you want. You don't need to call a painter to come and paint your family or paint a picture of you and your family. No, you don't need to do all of that. You could look for how to get the camera and take your picture, because whether we like it or not, photography on its own, it's basically storytelling. If you look at the picture of when you were small, sometimes you smile, sometimes you laugh, it just brings back memories to you. So those are stories that you were able to capture in still frames. So what Edward was able to do was that he was able to make the people at that time know that if we take pictures so fast and we stitch them together, we'll have a video, right? Now, that's what he was able to do. So if I look at those two technologies, it paved way for two great for a lot of things. A lot of things. The first was after Edward created the motion picture, and they realized at that time that, oh, so it's possible for us to make films. So what did they now do? People who saw the technology, they just did not see the technology. They saw the possibilities it opened. They saw how they could use it to tell different stories. They saw how they could use it to express that gift that's inside of them. They saw how they could, go out there and dare to do what they wanted to do. So after Edward created that, one of the what would I call it? One of the doors it opened was silent films. So they realized that, oh, okay, it's possible for us to make films. However, there's a problem. If we're going to make film, how do we get sound into this film? So as at that time, it was not possible to get sound into your films. So if you see this guy that's on my slide now, if you know him, for those of us who don't know him, this is Charlie Chaplin. So if you don't know him, I would advise you go on YouTube and check out his film, because these are great filmmakers. Great filmmakers. The reason why I say they are great filmmakers is because the technology they had at that time did not allow them to even say hello to the camera. They just couldn't do that. Just the way we are on a live stream now, and you can hear my voice, you just can't do that at that time. So even though you had a camera, you could convert your frames into videos, you can't even say one word in your film. It was that bad. But despite their limitations, they were able to do so much more. Now, let me explain what that means. In a silent film, the actors cannot speak, they can't talk, there's no dialogue, basically. So what that literally means is you have to use your face, everything that you have, your body language, to express the idea that you want people to get when they watch your film. I hope we get that. So if you want to tell somebody that I love you, you must look for a way to communicate that idea or that concept without saying a word. And for me, that is a very big issue. But they were able to pull it off. So there were a lot of silent films in those days. Silent films, interesting movies, most of them comedies, but they were very, very good. Very good. Very, very good. Now, let's hold silent films. So motion picture gave birth to silent films. However, silent film had its own challenges. There's no way you can add dialogue into your film. Today, many of us can bring out our phones, you can bring whatever you have and you just record. Your phone will record both the picture, your videos, and even your sound. Simple, or you get a lapel mic. Those days, it wasn't feasible. All right, so let's look at the second thing that that technology gave birth to. After silent film, I think silent film stayed for maybe close to 20 years, 20 or 30 years thereabout. It was just silent films all through, right? Then after silent films, we now had, or should I say, some people came up with a technology that allowed them to add sound to film. And that was a huge breakthrough in that time. Now, I'm saying all of this just to paint a picture, just to show us how technology has moved from photography to motion picture to silent film, and now we have synchronized film. So what is synchronized film? Like I said, is basically dialogue in your film. So filmmakers look for a way to record sound in their film, right? So you don't have to rely on silent film anymore. So if you want to say anything in your film, you could do it. And for them, it was like magic. However, if we're talking about synchronized film, then I'll still have to take us back to when Louis made that photography camera. The painters, as at that time, they hated him for it. Most people just did not want that photography. The same thing played it again when synchronized sound came on board. How? Because in the days of silent films, most of the actors did not say anything. They just could not say anything. So when synchronized sound came, some of those actors lost their job. Why? Because their voice was not just good enough in a film. So despite the fact that they had the physique, they had the look and all of that, when they tried to record their voice, they realized that the voice just doesn't have the kind of, what would I call it? The kind of texture that we are looking for. So a lot of people hated synchronized sound. They wanted to just remain in that same silent film era because this technology was new to them. And to them, they felt it was not art. Art was an actor has to come on before a camera, don't say a word, do every gestures in your body to express your ideas. To them, that was art. That was filmmaking. That was the best way to tell a story. So when synchronized sound came on board, a lot of people hated it. But at the same time, some other folks saw the possibilities and they saw the future, right? And they had to just leverage on it to tell their stories. Okay? I hope you guys are with me. I hope you guys are with me. So I'm wrapping up Act 1 so that we can move to the next stage. So as I wrap up Act 1, remember I started this by saying why I love the theme for this specific edition. And I'm going to show all of that. I'm going to explain all of that. So just still stay with me. So I've also explained all of this. So a lot of people hated synchronized sound. To them, they feel synchronized sound, yeah, which is synchronized film that has dialogue. They just felt it was not art. And if most of you have been on LinkedIn, you realize that sometimes when you post a video and that video is made with AI tools, some people will say, oh, this looks fantastic, but there are some specific folks that will just come after you like, this is slop, this is laziness, this is this, this is this, this is that. And you just have to live with it. But the truth is, those things have always been part of human beings. From the day technology came into being and evolved over time. So every time technology changed, two things happen. One, some people may be left out. Two, some other people will see the possibilities and run with it, just like what Sandra and her team are doing. They've created this platform that is called the AAIIFF, which is AI Film Festival. So they've seen the future, they've seen the possibilities, and that is what gives them the confidence to step out and do what they do. All right, so now let's move on. So just to wrap this up, right? As I wrap up Act 1, some key things I want us to hold on to is that photography didn't destroy painting, because today we still have painting, right? One, sound didn't destroy cinema. In as much as the silent films were good, that was not the end of it. So when synchronized sound came, people were scared that, oh, this is just going to disrupt cinema. This is just going to take our jobs away from us. This is going to kill us. All of us will be jobless. Yes, some people lost their job, people who could not adapt, right? But at the same time, it did not destroy cinema. Okay? So each technological breakthrough was first met with uncertainty, resistance, and fear. However, every single one eventually became another tool in the hands of great artists. Do you get that? Let me take that again. Every single one eventually became another tool in the hands of great artists. So, artists, hand tool. Just note those things down, right? All right. So, from when the first photographic camera was made till when we got the motion capture and the first what introduced cinema to silent films and then to synchronized sound and to where we are today, a whole lot has happened. And I may not be able to dive into all of those things, but I just want us to have this background knowledge, right? So much has happened from then to now, too much to capture in just a moment. But if you look at the eras, you will see we move from silent films to synchronized sound, black and white, color films, widescreen cinema, new Hollywood. Even in terms of video editing, all of those things have changed. They will now move quietly into digital cameras, right? It's the rise of digital cameras that made most of us could say that we are filmmakers. Because if we were born in any of this era, not all of us would have that luxury to buy a camera or to even touch a camera. I'll put it that way, to touch a camera, because those days you can't just say you are going on a film set, you want to go and touch the camera. No, it was for certain people who has the right skill and the right knowledge and expertise. Okay? So, move on. Another thing I want us to pen down, if we check everything that has happened from the time of Luis up till now, one thing will stand out. Technology has always changed how we create. Pen that, please, let's pen this down or screen grab this if you can. Technology has always changed how we create. In the days of Luis, they invented the photography camera. Technology changed how we create, because before then, people would bring out their paintbrush and paint and do whatever they need to do. When that was storytelling. That was how people created at that time. When photography came on board, it also changed. When silent films was on board, the same thing happened. Then when synchronized sound came, that was still technology. So technology has always been part of art. We can't take it away. We can't separate it. But there's one key thing that we must always put in mind, which is why I said I love the theme of this specific edition. Unchained, stories unleash, creativity without limit. Again, before I will tell you why I love that theme, let's move on to Act 2, which is the present. Because in the other slide, I showed you everything that has happened from the time of Luis till we enter the digital era, or digital cameras. So fast forward to 2022, which I will call the present. What came into play? We have what we call the next revolution. However, the next revolution didn't arrive as a camera, just like it did in the past. It arrived as code, which many of us we call artificial intelligence. You guys with me? Now, all right, before I now explain the reason why I love, or tell you why I think the theme for this specific edition is so on point, is so key. I wanted us to watch a short film, a short 2 minutes clip. Sandra, I don't know, can we take that video? Can I play a video? So let me see if I push this.
Can you hear me?
Okay, so
My name is
you guys hear the
Dave,
sound?
Special Anti-Crime
Take
Unit.
off my earphone.
My name is Dave, Special Anti-Crime Unit. My job is simple. Cut the head of the snake. Every damn drug choking this city. But the streets, they've got their own kings. First, there's Kefa, built by hustle. He runs his corner. Kiosk in the front, poison in the back. His eyes? Bako. The kid who sees it all before it happens. He whistles. Skefa moves. Their kingdom? Ikoko. A warehouse that sweats secrets, packages dreams that rot the soul, and when it's time to deliver, Blaze. They call him on time, every time. Because if you see that bike, it's already too late. But here's the thing. Snakes think they own the jungle. They forget hunters don't sleep.
Your microphone, please.
Okay, hope you guys can still hear me.
Can now, yes.
Okay, I will show you why I'll tell you why I played this video. Now, I know I've promised why I'll tell you why I love this team, but this video too, you'll see the reason why I played this video. Now, let's move on. Now, we are in the AI era. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to start talking about what people fear and all of those. I believe we all know. Most people feel AI is disrupting the creative industry. But if we look at it, technology has always disrupted the creative industry. The only difference is that today we now have a specific name for it, which we call artificial intelligence, right? So if you check this picture, in one of my videos, I told someone that I jokingly said, I literally have AI actors living inside my hard drive. And if you look at it, it's true. Like the film, this short teaser I just played, those actors, those are AI actors. Everything there was made with AI tools, right? Those are AI actors. I'm working on another AI film and for that film, I've built all my AI actors. I even have a name for each of them, right? So this is the reality that we are in at the moment. So the reason why I came up, this specific slide that you are looking at, I used ChatGPT to create this because for me, I feel like this is like a hotel. So my hard drive is like a hotel, and in my hotel, I have my actors. To some people, this may be offensive, but this is the fact that we live in today. This is where we are at the moment, right? Then, if this is where we are, why did I say I love the team? Why was that? Because if you check on Change, Stories Unleashed, Creativity Without Limit, I love this team because it intentionally omitted two words. That's why I said, if this was to be a spiritual setting, I would say, flesh and blood did not reveal it to Sandra and her team. The first is technology, and the second is AI. Someone would have thought that because this is an AI film festival, we can't take these two words away from it. But note, technology and AI is not in the theme for this edition. And by so doing, it narrowed the focus down to the most critical element, and that is the human factor, right? Because I love it because our focus should never be the technology, but the human. And the theme of this edition clearly captures that. It shows that it's the human factor that makes the tool meaningful. So everything that anyone has invented, that tool on its own I would say, as of today, literally cannot do anything on its own. It's the human who chooses to tell a story that will make the most of that tool. Because if you take your picture, if you look, maybe go into your living room or go into your family album, you look at your pictures, you can hardly remember which camera was used to take that picture. You can hardly remember the specific tool that was used to take that picture. But what you may remember is the memory and the story, right? So the reason why I love the theme for this specific edition, it's because it takes this technology away and made us see that Unchained, Stories Unleashed, creativity without limit is talking about the human. So the human that chooses to use this tool is where our focus should be on. So let me just put. So the next thing I put up here is that, and that human is the embodiment of art. Very key, very key, very key, or what most of us call creativity. So both creativity and storytelling is in art, and art resides in human and not the technology. So again, I love the theme of this edition because it takes our focus away from the technology and put it on the human. Now, the stories I've shared, before I even make that part, AI can generate content, but it cannot originate human experience. The reason why my story will be unique, or the stories that move us are born from memory, emotion, imagination, and purpose. These qualities come from people, not machine. Dr. Nosayaba said something. One of the things she said, go back and look at those folktale stories that your mom or your dad told you and do a film about it. Nobody told AI any folktale story. Of course, they may feed AI that data, but it is human that will make that story meaningful. And it's when you use that tool, it's your story that makes the tool shines. Are you guys with me? So so before we move into Act 3, right? If we go back, the reason why I shared that story from 1836 or 1837, you realize that whenever technology came on board, people were always scared. However, if we take our mind away from the technology, when I say take our mind away from technology, I'm not saying we should not use the technology. We must remember that it is us humans that make the technology useful. If we see it from that perspective, then we'll stop being afraid, right? If the actors in the days of silent eras, if they had told themselves that this technology is new, the reason why we could even act silent film is because someone came up with this technology. So technology can never be constant. It will keep changing. And the only thing we can do with that is to move with that change. Is to move with that change. Do you understand? Is to move with that change, right? Is to move with that change. Sorry, something just distracted me in the studio here, in the space here, so I just had to address that. So it's to move with that change. So if we bring it down to where we are at the moment, then we realize that we should not be scared with AI. We should not be scared that AI is on board. Rather, we should be unchained, unleash our stories, and create without limits. Create without limits. Nonetheless, we must create purposefully, we must create with intention, and we must create intentionally. All right, so let me move on. So this is Act 3, 2026. Unchained, Stories Unleashed, Creativity Without Limit. So we looked at 2022 when generative AI came into existence, right? Now we are 2026. And 2026 is what I will call the future. So who are the people that will go into this future? They are the people that are unchained, that are ready to unleash their stories and create without limits. Okay, I think I'm almost eating up my time. So what kind of creators will thrive in this new era? So let's see that. The creators that will thrive in this era are those that are curious, courageous, very key, experimental, valuable, and consistent, right? So let me take that again. The creators, now let me go back to that slide. So you see what kind of creators will thrive in this new era. And I'll share with this, I'll show you why I played that short film or that short trailer, Ifueko. So the creators that will thrive, or the creators that we unleash, that will be unchained, that have stories that they want to tell to the world, and that are going to create without limit, are those that are curious, courageous, experimental. Experimental is very key, because right now you can pull up your AI tool, come up with your script, and just experiment with the idea. Just generate the images and even see if the story is making sense. And once everything starts aligned, you move straight into production, right? That film I showed you, Ifueko, I think maybe it took me 2 days. If you want to do a film, maybe 2 days, 3 days, you could come up with a good movie. In 5 years ago, that was not possible. You must have the money, have the budget, have the crew, location, and all of that, right? But today, you can literally sit in your living room and come up with a short film and execute it, create it immediately, publish it for the world to see. So experimental, you can experiment with new ideas and see if see the outcome. If you don't like it, you push it down. But if it's good, whether it's good or not, you push it out. Number 4, valuable, and number 5, consistent. Right? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Before I go to this slide, right? Let me stay. So now let me stay with these 5 things and tell you why I created, what happened to that film that I created. This is the new era. This is the new era. AI will keep improving. I did a lot of projects on using AI last year. So I saw the limitations, I saw the possibilities, yet the limitations did not stop me. I just have to keep creating, and each time I create, it's always better than what I did before, right? So AI is here. This is the technology. But like I said before, it is the human that has a good story. That when I say good story, let me explain that. In as much as this tool is easily accessible. Now, when I say accessible, it's relative, right? If you want to get good results, sometimes you have to pay with pay for those subscription platform, right? Nonetheless, the amount you pay cannot be compared to what it would have cost you if you had to do a proper production. So that's what I mean by accessible. That's what I mean by accessible. Okay, so now it's the human that makes that tool meaningful. So if you have your stories, if you have your ideas, nothing should stop you from pushing it out there. But note, in as much as these tools are accessible, we must create meaningful stories. We must create stories that people can relate with, because the challenge most of us are having is that a lot of people just jump on this AI tool and they create what most people we call slop. So what is slop? So even if you go back to YouTube, you go on YouTube, you realize that, I'm sure most of us know that YouTube demonetized a lot of channels, right? And why did they demonetize those channels? Because they just felt like we cannot take our hard-earned advertisers' money and put on some AI content. And somehow I see reasons with them, because there are some channels that will just come up with meaningless stories. When I say meaningless stories, so maybe they will just come up with a story that, oh, a guy was walking out of his house as he was going. You would just think that this story is taking you somewhere. As he was going, a bird flew past his head, and then a tree collapsed and hit him, and maybe the guy disappeared or something just happened to him. So you realize that there's no value in this story, because if you watch 20 of those stuffs, the question you ask yourself is, was I entertained? Was I entertained? What value did I get from this? So there was no value. So that's what they refer to as AI slop, right? And for me, I kind of like see reasons with them, because the fact that the tool is accessible does not mean that we should create meaningless videos or meaningless stories. No, we must tell stories that people can remember. I'm sure most of us have stories that we've penned down in our heart that, oh, one day I'm going to make this when I have the money and I have the budget. But today we have AI tools. So with that AI tool, you can experiment and, create your project. Nothing should
stop us. And the truth is, the thing is, AI will keep getting better. As of last year, it was very difficult to create a human being with AI without that person having 6 fingers. Even if the human figure you generated did not have 6 fingers, if that character raises his hands like this and tries to wave, one of the fingers will just morph. Before you know, you just start seeing some weird things, as if it's a sci-fi movie that was shot in Mars or something. So, but today, that limitation, I can confidently say it's gone. Except maybe the AI tool you are using is not an upgraded one. But if you use any of those renowned AI tools, you realize that that limitation is gone. At the beginning of this year, please stay with me. I'll tell you why I created Ifueko, why that is very key for the team, because the theme of this event is Unchained Stories Unleash Creativity Without Limits. And I said, whoever that will run with that team must be curious, courageous, experimental, create valuable stories, and remain consistent. Right? So at the beginning of this year, I said something, because I've played a lot with these AI tools and I teach it. So I've seen a lot in all humility. So I said that in the next 3 months, this was by January, then in the next 3 months, it's possible that, no, I said in the next 6 months, I think 6 months, that it's possible that with just one prompt, you could create a short film. With just one prompt, you just impute a prompt of what your film is all about, and the AI will create a full short film for you. That's what I said that I feel in the next 6 months. But guess what? 3 months down the line, in March, we now had most AI platforms came up with what they call agentic workflow. So what's agentic workflow? Agentic workflow is basically the AI, you just chat with the AI, tell the AI what you want to do, and it will just go ahead and create a video for you. And before it even creates that video, it will critique some of the generation and say, okay, I made a mistake here, I did this here, I did this, or this is wrong. The person's face is not looking consistent in this image compared to the first one. So the AI will do all of that for you just by chatting. So that shows that maybe before the year runs out, with just one prompt, we may just be able to create a full movie. So this is the reality that we live in, and we must all embrace it and go out there and create meaningful stories with it. Now let me go back to Ifueko. Why I created that film. I made that film sometime last year, maybe mid last year or so. And when I created that film, I was very confident that this film is going to blow up YouTube, because the few people that I shared it with, even before uploading it online, they were like, this is good, the transitions, this camera, the storytelling, everything looks so good, given what AI could do at that time. But not something. Till today, that film has not gotten 1,000 views on my channel. Now, that may feel discouraging. You may say, okay, so one may feel like, okay, the film has not gotten 1,000 views since last year, so why create it? Now, I'm saying this to make one point very clear, and that is why I say consistent, courageous. When I made that film and I put it out there, 2 months down the line, I wasn't looking at whether who will see it. Yes, the views are good, but for me, I was able to come up with a story, experiment with it. I have a platform where I need to showcase this, and I push it out there. That is what I have been doing since last year. Just been pushing out the work. Try as much as I can to be consistent. Push out when I can push out. Create, experiment, and push it out. 2 months, maybe 2 months down the line after I published Ifueko, someone reached out to me. And the reason why this person reached out to me was because he saw Ifueko, and in his mind he was blown away. And he said to himself that if I want the person that made this video to work on my project, and what was that project? He had a music video. I would have played that music video for us, but that song is copyrighted, so I don't want anything that will give Sandra's channel a copyright strike from YouTube. But if you go on YouTube and you search Echoes from Our Motherland, you'll see the music video I made for that specific client. And I can tell us for free that the person paid me well. just to give a little bit, a bit more, just to be a bit specific, I charge a bit more than $1,000 to direct that music video, and I only use AI tools to direct that music video. Now, this is why I'm saying this. I created that. He saw Ifueko, and by seeing that video, he felt the person who he knew I used AI tool. And if this person can use this tool to create this story, then this person can jump on my project and give me something meaningful. So why am I saying this? It's the human behind the tool that matters. I'll repeat that again. It's the human behind the tool that matters. When he saw Ifueko, he just didn't say, oh, this is AI video. He saw the storytelling. He saw the story. He saw how I directed that video. And from that, he deduced within himself that this person, if I give him this music video, he will deliver. And in all humility, I delivered on that video. I don't know if you guys have the time, go on YouTube, just search Echoes from Our Motherland. You'll see the music video there. Or if there's a community, I can share the link with Sandra so that she can, just to give you guys the perspective of what's possible if we bring in our A game and sit with this tool. We will do magic with it. If we bring in our A game, we bring in that art. Remember in this slide, somewhere in this slide, I talked about art. Art is from human. Art is not from AI. It's not from the tool. The tool is it's a technology. We don't know what will come next because, fact be said, generative AI, Gen AI, it's the best, I can say it's one of the best technology that we've seen within the creative space. But as good as that tool is, we cannot take the human aspect away from it. If we take the human aspect from it, then all we'll be doing is AI slop. I hope that's clear. So I created Ifueko when no one was watching, when no one was applauding, no one was there to tap my back, but I did it and I pushed it out, experimented, pulled it out, and some months later, someone recognized that work. And I can tell you other works that people have recognized just because I created something. All right, so I think I'm almost off. So to wrap this up, earlier I said technology has always changed how we create, but it has never changed why we create. It's this why that resonates with the theme for this edition. Why? It's the story. It's the human being behind it. What people want to see, what people want to watch are meaningful stories. So if you check from when the first photography device was invented to when Edward captured the horse just to solve someone's curiosity to where we are today, AI. I wanted to say something, but let me look for how to rephrase that line. It seemed like AI came on board just so that no one will have any excuse not to create. However, please note, even though I said AI came on board so we have no excuse not to create, technology has always changed how we create, but it has never changed why we create. So the people that will make the best with this tool are those who understand the why. So this, I hope I've been able to convince you or drop something with you this evening that will stay with you throughout this creation journey. Again, the theme for this edition is so powerful. It's so powerful. Very, very powerful. I love it because, like I said earlier, one of the greatest questions that creators are asking now is, where is this AI coming from? Is it good or is it bad? But if we stop looking at the tool, because from inception or from 1873, when Louis made that machine, technology has always changed. But what will never change is the human behind it, because it's that human that has a story to tell. Many of us today remember films like Titanic. We remember films like maybe Avatar, Terminator, you know, which other movie can I say? You know, the Matrix, a lot of those films. Matrix was a game changer in its time, the movie, because of the technology that was used. However, people don't remember the technology. They only remember the story and the people that made those stories. So, thank you again, Sandra, for having me here. I hope I'll not be calling you Sarah or Sandra. So whichever one, just pardon me. Thank you for having me here. I hope I've been able to, just drop some few things with the community. And so that's it. If you have any questions, I'm here to take the questions. And my name again is Osasumwen. Keep creating, tell meaningful stories, put your work out there. Focus on the art and not the tool. Thank you.
Okay, you guys can hear me. Thank you so much, Mr. Sosas. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Amazing. That was super amazing. Honestly, there was so much value that I need to come back to this video because I could not write everything down. I could not write everything down. It was really amazing. Taking us back, bringing back history of how we got here, because some of those things you mentioned, honestly, I've never come to that. I've never heard something like that before. So it actually just enlightened. I'm actually, you know, inspired with this, honestly. Hope you guys are getting value. You can drop some question. If you have question, you could just ask him before he leaves. Honestly, just drop some question. If you have a question, please drop before he leaves. Anyone with question? Anyone with question? Okay, they said I'm muted. Am I muted? I have. Okay, can you hear me?
I think you were muted before.
Okay, I'm back now. I'm back now. Okay, let's just celebrate him. If you don't have a question, please, let's celebrate Mr. Osas. Please drop some emojis. Let's celebrate him. That was amazing. Honestly, that was breathtaking, if I would say, because that was a lot. For him to have used such a minute to just gather all of this information just to give to us this evening, that was amazing. So you can see the reason why you have to be a part of this. If you have not joined this live, you must have have missed a lot. Honestly, that was actually amazing. Drop your questions if you have, and as well, you can also celebrate. Let's celebrate him, please. Let's celebrate him. That was really awesome. That was awesome. Honestly, that was awesome. That was a lot. That was a lot. Honestly, so much packed value. Thank you so much, Mr. Stas. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we are getting value. We are getting value. I'm not seeing any question. You guys are not asking any question. I think you guys are good. I think I think we are good. Seems like they are all good. Yeah, seems like they are all good. Yes, I'm not seeing any questions. I'm not seeing any questions here. Okay. Okay, I think we have a question here. I think we have a question, sir. I can see from the Utu mirror. He's asking how do you beat perfectionist habits before posting? Yeah, that question is.
Okay. You can hear me, right? So the truth is, there's no such thing as perfectionism, because when you call perfectionism today, tomorrow it may not. So what I advise creators is create the work and push it out there. If you leave that work and make the correction, whatever what it is that you think, okay, this is what will make the work better, you make that correction and you leave it without posting, and you come back again in the next 2 days, you always see something to correct. Do you understand? So do your best with what you have as at that time and push it out there. Do you get me? If you are waiting for that perfectionism, it will rob you of your craft. When I look at Ifueko, this movie that I've just played, right? There are a lot of things that I could have perfected. If you go back and watch that transition, you will notice because of the limitations of AI as at that time, some of the faces where the camera was flying through the city, it looks a bit smeared at like OG or like Pap. I saw all of those things but I just know that there's nothing I can do about that for now. And I can't say, so if I've decided not to release Ifueko, it means that project would not come my way, would not have come my way. So just push that thing that you call perfectionism. Look at your art and look at what you think is necessary as at the time that you're doing it. Then pull it out there. The people who made Titanic, as good as that movie is, till today, the director will still tell you, oh, I wish we did this, or I wish we did that, I wish we did that. If you do that, it will just rob you of your craft. So put it out there. Don't let that perfectionism mindset hold you down. Do your work. If you have one or two people to watch it, and they say it's okay, throw it out there. So I hope I'm able to answer that your question.
Okay, we have another question. Here from media.
Okay.
Do you think AI can ever tell more stories than humans?
It's a laugh. Okay, so he's saying, do you think AI can ever tell more stories than humans, right? So that's why stories comes from humans. Yes, they may have fed AI a lot of data, how to write a script, how to write this, how to write. Even ChatGPT, as good as ChatGPT, as good as Claude is, even if you tell them to write me a story about this, you realize there's a gap in those stories. If you are good in screenwriting or script writing, you realize those things have gaps. So, and the downside of that is you may end up seeing somebody with similar stories because you are asking ChatGPT to just give you stories. On your own, create your own stories. There's so much story that is inside all of us. The story that is inside me is not the same story that is inside Sandra. It's not the same story that is inside our host. You have your own unique story. So what you can do is take that story. If you want to use AI to be your creative partner, now I said creative partner, share your ideas with whatever chat you are using. Sorry, LLMs, maybe ChatGPT or Claude. Share your ideas with that AI to let it be your creative partner. Flesh it out. But for AI to write stories, I will not. I can't say yes. In the future, I don't know what will happen. But for now, stories comes from humans. So it has to come from you. That's why I said in my presentation that art, A-R-T, is from humans. It's not from a machine. If it comes from a machine, that same machine will give somebody something similar somewhere else. Thank you.
Amazing. I don't know if there is any other question, and I hope that answers the question previous. Is there any other question to wrap up? Okay, I personally have a question. I want to check out the movie. I don't know how do I get to take the Ifueko, if I pronounce it right. I want to take it. The full,
Sorry,
I would like to check out the movie.
Full movie. Okay, so if you go back to things we do are experimental. A lot of people have been asking me, where's the full Ifueko, right?
Yeah.
We want to create a web series out of it. Of course, just like the guest speaker spoke, Dr. Nosayaba. Sometimes one of the things that limit us as African creators is funding. In as much as AI is accessible, to create an AI film is also, let me say, not cheap. Of course, you can't compare it to what it would take to create a normal traditional film. So for now, if we get the right funding, we'll roll up that stories. But behind the scene, we're going to push out Ifueko. But I can't tell you when for now. So there's no full movie out there. What we have is just that trailer for now. All right.
Thank you so much for that. Honestly, I can't wait to see the movies of that because the trailer alone is. So I can tell that 100% here now. It was love. It was beautiful. Honestly, the creativity there was.
Can you hear me? I can't hear the host.
Yes, I can hear you. I could actually hear you very clear. Okay, I think Sad wants to join us. Okay, I think that is all of the questions.
Sorry.
I think that'll be all.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Amazing, 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 amazing. Hope you guys are enjoying this section because you had the time, you were given the privilege to ask some questions, and yeah, I saw some questions, and it would have been good if you asked so that you won't be sitting at the bench when you have some things in your mind that is just coming up and you just need an answer to it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy here. We want to see you on the comments. Drop your question. If there is a question, ask. All right. So that was an amazing section. Honestly, I can't take in all of it, but it would be good if you actually wrote some of these things down because you can't remember everything. You can't actually remember everything, but the history is just there, just in my head. So that was amazing. Let's just celebrate Mr. Osas. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. That was amazing. Honestly, that was amazing. So I want you guys to stick around. Don't leave, please. Let's not leave, right? Don't leave this life till we get to the premiere. Please just stay because there's more that is coming, right? There's more that is coming, and I don't want you to miss, all right? So in this section, we're gonna be having some amazing. You guys you don't want to know. We'll be bringing up some amazing members of AFN live here. We are going to be bringing them here so that you guys can get to meet them.
Cooking videos, ads, documentaries, music videos, real estate, short films, drama, brand content, and lots more. Are you already creating with AI? Or do you want to start? Do you need a community to push you, inspire you, and hold you accountable? AI Filmmakers Network is where African creators learn, grow, get trained, showcase their work, and connect with brands looking for creators like you. Join AFN today. It's completely free.
Okay. All right. Hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? All right. I just want I believe you guys, everyone can hear me. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So before I jump, it's I love this community. Like I said earlier, I love what Sandra is doing amazing work, and I'm really rooting for this community, because I believe it will go places. So thank you once again for having me here. It's a privilege to be given this kind of platform to come and speak. I don't take it for granted. Thanks to all of you. Please keep doing amazing work. Keep putting out your work out there. Then before I jump out, I don't know if most of you, if you check my bio, I do a lot of AI filmmaking trainings and tutorials. But I'll be doing a 2-day live training here in Lagos on the 23rd and 24th of July. And this training is in partnership with Union Bank Space Next, because and that's the space that we're using for this training. So if you're in Lagos, or you know someone who is in Lagos, or if you want to fly in from Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kano, anywhere, this training is a live practical training where I'll go in depth, show you how you can use AI to make meaningful films, music videos, commercials, and whatever story that you want to tell. So if you want to be a part of it, I'll send the link to Sandra so that she can share with you. We are doing this training at a highly subsidized cost of just early bird ticket is 50,000 and late registration is 80,000 naira. But I can tell you for free that if you come for that training, you can't leave the same way you came, because it will be impactful, it will be practical, and there'll be no gatekeeping, basically. So there's no hiding of knowledge or hoarding knowledge. I'll pour out my heart, teach what I need to teach, because I want to see African creators use this tool the way it's supposed to be. So thank you for having me. I'll see you guys again. I don't know when, but I'll be looking out for your platform and keep following everything that you do. Thank you, Sandra. Amazing thing you are doing, amazing work. I thank you for your strength and your confidence for putting all of this together. It's no small work. It requires a lot of training, because I know you told me about this like 2 months before this edition. So that means you guys are doing amazing work, with your planning. Yeah, I really. So anytime, any day. In fact, let me say I'm part of the family now. Anytime, any day, I'm here.
Yes, I told you I was your number one fan.
All right, you said so.
I'm happy that they saw the Coco, because when I saw it, I was like, man, this is from a Nigerian. I needed them to see it too. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So, thank you guys. I love you all. Keep creating. Keep
There
putting out.
is a question on screen. I don't know if you could do justice to it just before you go. So sorry for keeping you here one more time, but there is this question here. If you could do justice to it.
African names, culture, and traditions. You think we need an AI tool, or when can we get one that will serve us? Okay. So, African names. Now, so you see, this is a challenge, right? I think the first lady that spoke, she also addressed some of these things. First, I would say, yes, as of today, I don't think these AI tools are being trained with our own stories, right? So even if you are doing a voiceover for a film, and you go on any of those voiceover sites, they will tell you African voice. If you are trying to narrow it down to Nigerian voice, you may not get it. Do you understand me? So you will get something different. It may sound African, but it's not Nigerian. However, what I've been able to do from my own end is this. What I've been able to do from my own end is simple. Yes, the tool may not be able to produce what I want, but I look for ways to work around that. So take, for instance, if I'm doing a film, I don't mind to engage a professional voiceover actor, right? If I'm looking for a specific accent, I tell the person, this is what I want. So I take that voiceover and I go to my AI tool and I create my video. It will still sound, by the time you watch the video, it will still sound like a Nigerian film. That is one. So the AI may not have the data, but that should not be your reason why you should not create. There are other ways to get what you are looking for. That is one. Then two, sometimes it has to do with your prompting. If you watch Ifueko, I don't know if you think it sounds like Nigerian or so, but that voice is also AI voice. And when I prompted for that specific voiceover, I had to tell the AI what I want to hear. Do you understand? So so I just showed you two different ways to tackle that. Don't look at the limitation. Don't say because the AI cannot do this for now, then I won't tell my stories. If you have the budget or you have a friend that can do the voiceover for you, take the voiceover and use that to feed your AI tool. That is one. The other one may be go back to the AI tool, prompt it in a way and make it sound the way you want. It may not give you 100% what you want, but it may be a little bit close to it. But that limitation should not be an excuse not to create. Hope I've answered that for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osas. Thank you for that. We're about to head into the premiere of the films shortly in the next 15 minutes. So I'll just hand over to the host now to share more about
All right,
AI
I hope I've
Filmmakers
answered that question.
Network. I think you did. Let me look at the chat. Okay, so wait, was your question answered? The person who asked the question.
Anyone say something? I can barely hear. That's not that effort.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question because I felt like he did justice to that question, right? He gave you like, so I guess you're good. So yeah, you've heard of AFN here and there. Yeah, you keep hearing AFN popping out here and there. Yes, AFN is here to stay. AFN is African AI Filmmakers Network here in Nigeria, but it is all over Africa. And it is a group community where you could actually join to start creating if you want to learn how to create films. If you want to learn how to create films and you are just starting, you don't even have an idea, you are just curious, like the speakers said, you are just curious about AI, you want to see how how it's your first time. All right, it's your first time actually creating. This is actually a platform, a community. Like we have community of creators, people that are very creative, people that are creative when it comes to prompting and generating images, and animating images into photos. I mean, animating your photos into your videos. We have these people that are going to guide you through. All right, we have the classes, practical classes that you could actually learn all of this. So don't worry, just join. We are going to be putting on the link to actually join this group. It's going to help you if you are just starting, if your first time joining, if your first time trying to create film. This is the best guide you could actually get, and this is a community that you could actually, okay, we have the uh something you could actually use in getting in. If you check the screen, if possible, if you can actually screenshot it, just scan it so it could take you to the group and join easily, right? Just join easily. This is a platform where you get to start from the root and you start earning and start making money for yourself. All of this platform that you see out there is AI, you are seeing the magic, you are seeing what AI could actually do. This platform, this community on WhatsApp is actually going to help you. It's actually going to help you. Honestly, you don't need a laptop, or you don't need a big device to actually start. Just with your smartphone, right? Just with your smartphone, you can start creating from the comfort of your home. So yeah, click on the link and just join, and you are going to see the amazing things you'll be doing just within a couple of weeks. Even in a week you start seeing progress. So yeah, okay, we just have a few minutes to the premiere. Please, you don't leave. Please don't leave this live. Don't leave this live. All right. You're gonna be having more tomorrow. So Immediately this live stream hits, we are starting the premiere, and this is the interesting part. This is the part you don't want to miss. You want to see creativity, you want to see creativity in these videos, in videos that were uploaded in this third edition, because the videos honestly, when I saw the snippet, should I call it the snippet, or should I still call it the trailer, or some of the videos that were uploaded, for the festival, man, I'm like, I can't wait to see. Like, I'm just wild. Like, I'm just wild because these creators are just getting wild every day. Like, they keep getting wild every day. So I just want to see these stories. I want to see these stories. I don't know if you want to do that. I just want you to stick. If you want to watch this, please stay. Just stick to the live. Just stick to the live. By 7:30, we are gonna be seeing we're going to be seeing yeah, we are going to be ending this live, and we are moving straightly into the premiere. We are going to be seeing amazing creators video. So while doing that, please please like this video, like the live. Yeah, you're going to see like on the live, and if you are still here to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe. All right, let's subscribe. Okay, are you guys ready? It's just 10 minutes left, 10 minutes left for us to, get on that, get on the premiere, which is the main party. The main party, that is the part, this is the part that you don't want to miss, honestly. This is the part that you don't want to miss. Okay, the link has been dropped again. Check your screen. If you are new here, wherever you are across the globe, Nigeria, Africa, wherever you are, click on the link, just scan that or screenshot it and take it to your photos, and just screenshot that or scan it, and it take you to the group directly. Honestly, you don't want to miss out. If you are curious, because myself, I got curious, and that was how I got to join this platform. And when you join the platform, you're going to see amazing persons that started from novice. People that the kind of videos that you see that is just scattered when you just give AI prompt, and then you just see anything just popping out from nowhere. When you see something like that, you can just say that, okay, this person is starting, all right. But it's a good thing actually. It's not really bad. It's not really that bad. Honestly, it's not really that bad when you see videos where you know characters or two characters are just talking intertwined, like just junk and all that. Is okay to actually start that way. So in this community, we are going to embrace all of those things and groom you into becoming a better version of an AI creator, a filmmaker, where you keep seeing videos like that. You don't need your camera. You don't need what tools they use again. We don't use camera. We don't use lighting, all those lighting, and you don't even need a microphone. You don't need all of those things. What you just need is your phone, just your handset. If you have like a smart device where you could actually go online and do whatever thing you want to do, when you have that, you could actually be able to do anything that you want. Honestly, the tools, everything is there on the group, on the community. We are going to show you what to use and all of that. And honestly, your journey is gonna start somewhere, honestly, and you're gonna be proud of yourself. Like in no time, you're gonna be creating videos and creating videos for any platform. You must have seen people on Facebook, people on YouTube, people are making money on YouTube, and honestly, you must have seen so many persons coming out to preach about content like you can make money on YouTube, you can make money on TikTok and all of that. This is where you start from. Honestly, this is actually where you could actually start from as a creator when you are starting as a novice. They could actually tell you how this works, but how can you start? How do you get to start? Where do you start from? Creating your characters, creating films, creating a long, you know, movies. Because some persons thinks you just pack your prompt, you just pack a long prompt and just give it to AI, and AI will just carry the film and just deliver it to you and like, okay, just use this, and you get the full video. Honestly, honestly, it doesn't just come like it doesn't just come like that. Okay, we have 7 more minutes to the premiere, so don't leave. This is the point that you don't want, like this is the part that you don't want to miss. Honestly, you don't want to miss this part, and just stick. Don't just stay. All right, just stay. If possible, bring other persons to join you, because this part you don't want to miss it as well. And for the persons that are just joining, this is the third edition of the Hive Festival. This one is already loud already, because there are so many values packed. If you have to ask the people that have been here for quite a while now, they will tell you the things that you have missed. If you would actually go through the comments and see some of those things that they have typed down, you will see what people have typed down so far. To tell you that you missed, and tomorrow's section you don't want to miss it as well. Like this one, you are going to be learning, they are going to be teaching you, so you don't want to miss. I'm just giving you an inspo. I'm giving you an inspo because I just want you to show up. You understand? I don't want you to miss. I know network can be a little bit trickish. Might want to take you out, bring you back. No, just hold your ground. If possible, get the best sim that will not make you have any bad network or bring you on and off. All right. So if you want to join the AFN, I'm still saying this. I think this is the only opportunity or time you have now. Click, see that I don't know what that thing is called on the screen. It says scan it to take you to AFN group. If you really want to join the AFN group, just do that and you will be a part of the community. You'll be a part of the community. They will help you grow. Honestly, they will help you grow. If you are just joining, Now it is 5 minutes left. Who is excited? Who is excited? Now let me just go through the comments. Let me see what's going on there. Okay. He said, I'm proud of you, Rose. You are doing a wonderful job. And also say a big thank you to Sab Studios for this wonderful opportunity. I'm really blessed to be here. That is from Fear Frames. Fear Frames. And this shout out goes to our mom, our founder, our boss, our I don't even know where to start from, because Sab is a big name, honestly. When you mention that Sab, man, that name entails teacher, it entails mentor, it entails a founder, it entails a reformer. Just give me what if you know. Because she is amazing. She is actually amazing. The one who has actually, been the behind the one who has been behind the scene for AFN. So yeah. I said AFN to the world. You are missing. If you are not on AFN platform, you're missing. Honestly, you can see the feedback. Someone is saying, I'm glad to be a part of the AFN family. Oh, thank you so much, Mata. Thank you so much for that. Okay, the link is already on the group. Okay. Some persons are having network issues. Sorry about the network. Okay. Danny is too really great. Oh, is that for me? Someone is celebrating me. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, our queen. Someone just put it on the comment. Sab is our queen of AFN. Should I say queen of AFN? I think that sounds, but yes, our boss, our madam, our founder. For say me will give Sab now 3 go Sab. But I don't even know how to do that, because I can't see you guys. I can't really see you guys. Now we have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Don't leave. Right? Don't leave. Stay with me. Let's enjoy this premiere together. Get your cheese ball if possible. If there's a water beside you, get a water, because you're going to be watching and be drinking, and just take your time to learn from this. Watch and enjoy the videos that you're going to be seeing live on your screen. Now we have 2 minutes left. I think I'm seeing African Babe. Thank you so much for that. We have Rose International. Yeah, Rose is here. Mata, yeah, mention Mata on the mirror. Reformer Institute. Thank you so much. I see you guys. I see you guys. Guys are doing amazing. Yes, 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 yes. It's about time. It's about time. Yes, it's about time. Guys, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. We could actually even drop. If you are finding it difficult to actually scan what we have on the screen, you could actually still drop the link while the premiere is going on. We're gonna drop the link in the comments. I'm gonna drop the link so that you could actually be part of the AFN, because you don't want to miss out. AI is taking over. AI is taking over like so many things, right? Yeah, it is making things easier. It's not actually taking over everything, like, but it's actually making things easy, and we could actually do things more easy and easier and faster. You get. So yeah, it's just 1 minute. Who is excited? Who is excited? Don't leave this life. Let's enjoy this premiere together. Let's enjoy this premiere together. Don't leave the life. Don't leave the life. This live stream is going to end once it's 7:30, but we are moving straight into the premiere. Still on this channel, right? Still on this channel. So you guys stick around, enjoy yourself. Drop your comments while you are watching. You understand? Watch and also subscribe to this channel. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who is excited? It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. And while the movie is going on, don't forget to actually let us know your favorite film, right? In the comment section, let us know the ones that you're enjoying. Drop your comments on whatever thing you are seeing. Let us know the ones that you are enjoying. Okay, I can see the ghost. Okay. You're active. You're active. All right. Let us know the one that you're enjoying. It's about time to actually go on to the live to watch our premiere. Drop your comment. Let us know your favorites. Let us use the drop in the comment. Let us know your favorite, the one that you enjoy the most. All right. It's about time. I don't want to miss out. Without further ado, let's move on to the premiere, which is what we've been waiting for. Yeah, this part is something I've been waiting for, and you guys can't wait to see the videos that is coming up. Okay, the countdown has started. I don't know if you guys are ready.
American Space Nigeria and the African AI Film Festival are collaborating to redefine the future of filmmaking. Borders divide maps. Stories unite people. Anticipate the African AI International Film Festival, October edition. This is Beyond Borders, where cutting-edge AI meets the raw power of African storytelling. No limits, no boundaries.